Hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel The Serpent Studio. Movie lovers, today we are diving into a movie that has sparked curiosity, controversy, and a whole lot of weight. They actually made that? Yes, you guessed it right. That's right, we are talking about Titanic 2. Now, before you start thinking about Jack coming back as a ghost or the iceberg getting it revenge, let's set the record straight. This is not a James Cameron sequel, but it's a movie that exists. So, let's break it down. Was Titanic 2 a hidden gem or a shipwreck waiting to happen? Stick around as we set sail on this review. Okay, hold your tights. Make sure you are ready for this. Okay, so we before get into the nitty gritty, let's answer the question first. What even is Titanic 2? Well, it was released in 2010. This movie is a direct to video disaster movie directed by Shane Van Dyke, who also stars as the main character. Yeah, it's one of those I wrote it, I directed it, I shared it type of films. The praised, well, it's exactly what you want think, a luxury cruise liner named Titanic 2 sets sails on the anniversary of the original Titanic disaster, and guess what? Things repeat. Yes, things go horrible, wrong again. Alright, let's talk about the story. Imagine you are a billionaire and with enough money to build a brand new Titanic. That's what our main character, Hayden Walls, does. He launches Titanic 2, a state of the art of ship, which was meant to be honor the path while supposedly avoiding the same fact, but because this is a disaster movie, nature has its own other plans. We are taking route icebergs to tsunami and of course a sinking ship. The film essentially plays out like a modern day retelling of the original Titanic but with more over the top action and less heart wrenching romance. And yes, let's be real. The original Titanic gave us some of the most iconic characters in cinema history, and you can't doubt in that term, especially with the Titanic 1 and Titanic 2. Well, not so much. Shane Van Dyke plays Hayden Walser, the billionaire playboy who, let's just say, doesn't quite have the emotional depth of our dear Leonardo. Leonardo DiCaprio's Jack Watson. And then we have Amy, a nurse and Hayden's ex, yes, who gets caught up in the chaos with dynamic is supposed to add emotional weight. But does it work? Well, we will get to that. And supporting characters, well, there are a few. Captain Marine, who serves as the ship's commander, is your standard serious authority figure, but he lacks the presence of a Captain Smith from the original film. Then there's James, Amy's father, a Coast Guard officer trying to warn the ship of incoming danger. His role is meant to build tension, but the dialogue are executed feel a bit underwhelming. And yes, let's talk about the visuals. What your eyes will be fleshing on this film. Well, Titanic 2 had a noticeable lower budget than Cameron's epic, and well, it shows the CGI rough, the action sequences, a little sniff, the ship itself. Let's just say it doesn't quite have the grandeur, like what can I say? It doesn't have that familiar looks or grandeur of the original, but hey, it's a direct to video movie, so could we really expecting blockbuster level effects? Probably not. So some kind of this you can say they tried to do, but okay. And one of the film's biggest flaws is its our reliance on digital effects, yes, which didn't hold up well. The iceberg scenes, which should have been a jaw-dropping moment, comes off as awkwardly rendered. Sorry, I don't know what I'm pronouncing it, whether I'm pronouncing it right or not. It's rendered and lacking impact. The flooding scenes do add some intensity, but overall, the production value doesn't help immerse in your disaster. And yes, let's talk about the action, which is probably disaster movie or just a disaster. Now, Titanic 2 tries to bring in more action elements than the original. We have got icebergs slamming into the ship, water rushing through hallways, and last minute heroes. But does it capture the same emotional weight? Well, not really. While it has some tense moments, it doesn't quite reach the gut punching levels of the original Titanic. And yes, if we talk about the pacing is some parts indecent with characters scrambling to escape rising water and fire breaking out. But other times, the film drags, you can't feel as emotionally invested because the character development is too shallow. So while the action is there, it doesn't have the same nail biting intensity and makes a great disaster film. And the soundtrack, you know what really helped Titanic become legendary? It was its soundtrack. I mean, my heart will go on still people, like it gives still the chills people wanted. But Titanic 2, no such lucks. The music, it's fine, but it doesn't elevate the film or leave a devastating impression. But let's just say, no one is rushing to add this one on their playlist. And yes, let's talk about the dialogues. The disaster movie needs a soundtrack that builds tension, but it doesn't have. Sorry for like jumping through that. We were on the dialogues. Yes, a movie can survive bad CGI, but bad dialogues, that's hard to feel. That's hard to forgive. Titanic 2 delivers some slunky lines that makes it difficult to take seriously. The conversation between Hayden and Amy feel forced, and some of the explosions heavy dialogue shows the movie down. Instead of making us care about the characters, many one-liners came off as generic disaster movie what can I say, chatter. It's missing the rawness which people wanted, emotional conversation that made Titanic unforgettable. Instead, we get predictable exchange that don't really add much depth. Well, so the big question: should you watch Titanic 2? If you are expecting an emotional roller coaster like James Cameron's masterpiece, You are going to be disappointed as hell. But if you are looking for a so bad it's good, not so bad, it's quite a good disaster flick that you can laugh with your friends, then maybe it's worth a watch. It's definitely not winning any Oscars, but it does have its moment of unintentionally comedy. And let's be honest, to be fair, there's a certain charm in watching a film like this. Disaster movie fans might enjoy picking apart its flaws, and if you are in the mood for some light-hearted movie roasting, this one might be for you. But if you are looking for gripping storytelling and compelling characters, you won't find it here. Sorry, buddy, it's the wrong address. Alright, movie fans, that's my take on Titanic 2. Have you seen it? Or what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any our upcoming content. Until the next time, keep watching, keep laughing, and keep the popcorn flowing. Thank you.